Welcome dear students to another lecture on data structures. In this video we are going to see how to find transpose of a sparse matrix. So what is sparse matrix means is a matrix in which most of the elements are 0. So what we are doing is the sparse matrix will be written in a compact form in which only the non-zero elements will be listed. So on the screen, as you can see, there are only a few elements listed. So this is an example of a sparse matrix in compact form. So what happens here is this will list only the row value and column value and the original value of the non-zero elements. So 0 is my row value, 3 is my column value, and 18 is the value that is present at this index. Alright. So 20 again states for row, column and original value. Then 3, 8 and the value at that position. So this is the compact form of any sparse matrix. So we have transformed or we have removed the zeros elements in that particular matrix and only listed whatever non-zero values are present in the matrix. Now transpose of any matrix means the row and column value needs to be interchanged. So that is basically what is happening. So this 3 will become the new row value here and 0 will become the column value. 0 should become the row value and 2 will become the column value, and 8 here and 3 here. Now what the issue comes here is after we interchange the values, you can see here 3 0 0 2 and 8 3 comes, right? Means if you're directly just interchanging and placing it into a separate matrix, the issue comes here is the resultant matrix will not be sorted. But what we can see here is after finding transpose, 0 should come as this row, 12 should come as our first element, right? Because the index switches to 0 2 and 0 3 should interchange into 3 0, so it should be the second element, and finally 8 3. So this is what we mean by sparse matrix transpose, and this is actually a sorted transpose of sparse matrix. Okay, so now we will be discussing about the implementation of this sorted transpose of sparse matrix using C++. So like any C++ program, my C++ program begins with a class. The name of my class is sparse transpose, and in the main function I have created the object for this sparse transpose class and called different methods implemented in it. Okay, so I have here read sparse, then I will be displaying my matrix, and finally I will compute my transpose of the matrix. So starting from one by one, firstly we are going to read the sparse matrix. So we will be entering how many non-zero elements are there. It will be stored in the variable t, and after that all the elements will be read in the triple format. Triple format in the sense we are reading the row value, we are reading the column value, and we are reading the values to be stored at that particular index. So that is what we read for a sparse matrix. We are not considering the zero elements, we are only inputting the non-zero elements and its index value. So first index, that means it will be storing row value, second value will be column value, and third will be non-zero value. Now this statements this display the original matrix, which is matrix B. So in the triple format we are displaying the matrix. Now for finding the sorted matrix, one thing that we have to use is we need to identify what is the index of largest column. Alright, I will show the output and explain you what does it means. So this is my output. So I have 3 non-zero elements and I have inputted 0, 3, 18, 2, 0, 12 and 3, 8, 10. Now what is happening here is, firstly I want to identify what should be my highest column value. This step is necessary because we have to sort our matrix transpose based on the column value, because you can see here 308 is my column value currently and this has to come as row value in my this particular transpose or output of the program. So what I have to do is I need to write it in sorted. I will iterate using a variable I. You can see in the program variable I is used, and value starting from 0 till the maximum column value. Now this value will be compared to the column value of our original matrix. That means there is a variable I which has to iterate from 0 to maximum of this column number. Alright, if there was another triplet with the value like 4, 11, 10, then my I should have gone from 0 to 11. So what it means is, first we have to identify all columns with the index number 0. Okay, so we have to identify all columns with index 0 and places it into the output. So if there was another triplet with 0, 5, 13, it would have come after this particular value. So we have identified all columns with index value 0 and placed it in the output. After interchange, we have placed it in the output. Now increment the value of I, that is, now I value becomes 1. Then in your original matrix, find if any particular column value is there with index number 1. So it's not there, we can skip. Then increment I again, identify all values with 2. 2 is not there, again increment 3. Now we have a particular column whose index value is 3. Now that 3 will become the next row value, so it has to be placed here. See, again interchange has done, 3, 0 are interchanged and its value is placed in the output. Then again I is incremented and compared until 8, until the value becomes 8. So again this value will be placed in the output, 8, 3, 10. Now if there was another column, another element like whose row value was 4, 8 and 10, again it would have come here 8, 4 and 10. Alright, now moving to the program, the concepts will be more clear. So firstly, this is the code to identify the maximum column value. So we had identified 8 there, so that 8 will be computed here. So the logic is simple. We have taken initially the max value as the first column value. So taking the example here, so initially my max value will be 3. Then we will compare with 3 with 0. Is 3 greater or not? Yes. So max is 3 itself. And in next comparison we will see 8 is greater than 3. So our variable stored in the max will be changed to 8. Okay. So using a for loop, simply iterating, we are comparing which is greater, and that greater value will be stored in our max variable. And here I have displayed the value of the maximum element. And now this is what we explained there. My I value has to go from I is equal to 0 to max, because we have to identify if there is a particular column with index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until 8. Okay, so this is my outer loop, and this J index will traverse me through the original sparse matrix. Okay, so in my original matrix, I am comparing the value in the second with I, and if it is a match, then swap. So here value of the first index value of the column with index 1 will be stored to index 0, then index 0 will be stored on index 1, and the value is same. So for keeping track of the number of elements entered in our new matrix or output matrix, we are using a variable k that will be initially starting from 0. So after every addition, every addition of every row, we are incrementing the value of k. So the logic is simple. Only thing is that you need to identify what is the maximum value until which our comparison has to take place so that we can get the sorted index. So if we are skipping all these steps like this comparison equal to and all, we will still get the transpose. The only difference is we will not get the sorted transpose. Okay, so just the thing is we are interchanging columns 0 and 1 and the value will be the same. Okay, so at the end finally display the new matrix that you have created, and that will be B1, and B1 stores the transpose of the original matrix provided. So this is about finding the transpose, actually sorted transpose of a sparse matrix. So thank you for watching this video. Stay connected to get more videos on data structures from my side. Thank you all.